What are your weaknesses? Or what is your greatest weakness? If you are appearing for any job interview, the interviewer is going to ask you this question. In this video, I will share some example answers to this difficult and tricky question. But before discussing on the same, if you are new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button and also share your support by hitting the like button. This motivates me to create more such contents for you. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Simply HR by Dalia. I am Dalia Chaudhary and in this video, I will cover 4 sections. First, why interviewers ask this question. Second, some important tips. Third, 7 sample answers for your reference. And fourth, the STAR method to present your answer professionally. Let's get into the tutorial. Why the interviewers are asking this question? They are asking this question for 3 reasons. First, they would like to know whether you are self-aware. Because if you understand your weakness well, then only you will work to improve them. The second reason they are asking this question is they want to assess how honest you are. Some people tend to show that they don't have any weakness, but we all have weaknesses, right? So it is important you give them one. Third reason is that they want to see whether you are working to overcome or improve upon the weakness. So it is also very important that after sharing a weakness, you tell them what initiatives, what actions you have taken to improve upon the same. Now that you have understood the motive behind this question, let me give you some important tips. Make sure that the weakness you choose to mention is not a match with the job description. For example, in case of a sales or a marketing role, communication is an essential part. So you have to avoid saying public speaking or communication is your weakness. You can mention organizational skill as your weakness in this case, which is opposite to the requirement. Similarly, for an admin role or an executive assistant role, you can't have organizational skill as your weakness. This may straight away reject your candidature, as in that case, you may not be able to perform efficiently in that specific job role. Don't dwell on the weakness. The answer you give has to be a very balanced one. Rather than exaggerating your weakness, it is important to discuss about the steps and actions you have taken to overcome it. Some people mention that being too much perfectionist as a weakness. Please avoid this. Being perfectionist is not a weakness, it is a strength. Every employer would want employees who are perfectionists. This answer will look fake. In this video, I will discuss 7 sample weaknesses. You can choose one of them which you feel is applicable to you. I have found that I sometimes struggle with public speaking. While I am confident in my knowledge and abilities, I sometimes feel nervous when presenting in front of large groups. I used to get quite nervous and stumble over my words when presenting to a large audience. However, I have been actively working on this weakness by seeking opportunities to speak in public. I have been practicing my presentations many times before delivering it to the audience. I have attended workshops to improve my public speaking skill. These techniques helped me manage my anxiety and boost my confidence to deliver effective presentations. With time and practice, I have become much more confident than before and proficient in communicating effectively in front of others. Time management has been a challenge for me in the past. I used to take on too many tasks simultaneously and used to struggle on prioritizing the same. This resulted in missed deadlines and added pressure on me. However, I have been actively working on to improve my time management skills. I used various productivity techniques like creating to-do lists, assigning deadlines to each task, monitoring the progress regularly, and prioritizing the tasks effectively to ensure I meet deadlines and deliver quality work. Delegating tasks has been a weakness of mine. I used to feel that I could handle everything on my own, and if others do mistakes, then anyways I'll have to redo the work. So it is better to do it by myself. This tendency often led to feeling overwhelmed and not utilizing the full potential of my team. Sometimes it led to frustration as well. To address this, I have been actively working on trusting my colleagues with responsibilities and provide clear instructions to ensure successful outcomes. I remind myself that mistakes and setbacks are part of the learning process, and it is important to focus on growth and improvement for the team rather than being too critical and fault finder. One of my weaknesses is that I am a detail oriented person. While attention to detail is important in every situation, but when the project has a tight deadline, it can cause me to lose sight of the bigger picture and slow down the progress of the project. I am aware of this tendency and have been working on developing a balance between being detail oriented and maintaining a broader perspective to complete the project on time. I have a tendency to take on too much responsibility because I find it very challenging to say no to the people who are requesting for help. While I do it to show my willingness to be a team player, it sometimes leads to burnout and reduced productivity. I am learning to strike a balance by evaluating my existing workload and communicating effectively with colleagues about my capacity to take on new tasks. I take pride in my work, and when I face problems, I try to figure things out by myself. I do understand that it would be beneficial if I seek advice from others who are much more experienced than me in that particular matter. This is a weakness. I am taking initiatives to improve this habit by interacting more with my colleagues on the project and seeking support. Now I feel less hesitant in asking help from others. I used to struggle a lot in keeping track of important documents and deadlines. To address this weakness, I took several actions. I invested time in developing a systematic approach in organizing my workspace and digital files. I created specific folders and subfolders for different projects and documents, making it easier to locate information when needed. Additionally, I started using task management tools and apps to create to-do lists and set reminders for important deadlines. As a result of my efforts, I saw noticeable improvements in my organizational skill. My workspace became more streamlined and I could easily access files and information without wasting time searching for them. Furthermore, I received positive feedback from my team and supervisors regarding my improved organizational abilities, which contributed to increased productivity and efficiency. When discussing weaknesses, it's important to present them in a way that shows self-awareness and demonstrates how you are actively working on improving or managing them. It is always good to present your answer in a story format. A story is always easy to remember, and you want to be remembered by your interviewer, as this will make you stand out amongst the other candidates. In terms of structuring your answer, I would recommend you to use STAR method or STAR technique. Now, what is STAR method? STAR stands for situation, task, action, result. The reason I recommend you to use STAR method is that it automatically puts your answer in a story format. Let me show you how you can use the STAR method to talk about your weakness. I will take one example from the 7 sample examples I have just shared with you. To explain the STAR method, I am taking the weakness delegation here. So you start with telling them the situation first. So the situation is, in my previous job as a project manager, I was responsible for overseeing multiple projects simultaneously and ensuring their successful completion. The next part of your answer should show how this weakness has affected you, and also it is the task part of the STAR method. The task part explains something you need to address or take care of. One of the tasks that I struggled with was delegating responsibilities to my team members effectively. I used to feel that I could handle everything on my own, and if others do mistakes, then I will have to redo the work. So it is better to do it by myself. This tendency often led to feeling overwhelmed and not utilizing the full potential of the team members. The next part of your answer is the action, and the example is, first, I attended a delegation skill workshop where I learned strategies for assigning tasks, setting clear expectations, and providing necessary support. I also sought guidance from experienced colleagues and mentors who shared their insights on effective delegation techniques. Additionally, I started implementing a project management software that allowed me to track the progress of tasks and allocate responsibilities more efficiently. I kept reminding myself that Mistakes and setbacks are part of the learning process, and it is important to focus on growth and improvement for the team members rather than being too critical and fault finder. Next, you share the result, which shows the journey on how you improved or addressed the weakness over the time. As a result of my efforts, I saw improvements in my delegation skills. I became more comfortable assigning tasks to the team members based on their strengths and expertise. By providing clear instructions and regular check-ins, I ensured that everyone understood their roles and responsibilities. This led to increased productivity, better teamwork, and successful project outcomes. By using the STAR method, you can provide a well-rounded response that highlights the specific situation and your actions to address the weakness and the positive results you achieved. Hope you have followed the sample answers and techniques to respond to the question, what is your greatest weakness? If you answer using these weaknesses, you will definitely give a very good response to the interviewer. That will increase your chance of getting hired. Tell me in the comment section which one you chose in the job interview. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you leave so that you get notified for every upload. Prepare your answer and good luck for your interview. Bye bye and take care.